Good morning, Saudi Daisy. Today we have your latest on oil prices, Artemis 1, and Bruce Willis's retirement, plus your sports and weather. And of course, prom. Man, Noel, I wonder how comfortable those couches are down there.
Good morning, Saudi Daisy. I'm Aaron Jared.
And I'm Jackson Roddy.
Prom is tomorrow, and we are so excited to see everyone dressed up and ready to get their prom on. We can't wait to see who the prom king and queen are. Seniors, prepare for a great night with many fun, unforgettable memories.
Next week is the last week before spring break. After a long third quarter, use this time to get some rest and prepare for the end of the school year.
UTC is about to get an expansion, specifically the School of Nursing, as the university prepares for a new $60.8 million health science building. Hamilton County officials will be donating a parking lot in downtown Chattanooga to make room for the 92,000 square foot blueprint. The health center will help fill a need for nurses in the Tennessee Valley. UTC says they are turning down very smart, eligible students due to space and cohort limitations. The new building, complete with classrooms, lab spaces, offices, and more, is expected to increase enrollment by about 60%.
Fire crews from across the region are heading into the Wares Valley area around Sevierville, Tennessee, battling a large brush fire. Fire officials estimate that more than 1,000 acres have been impacted by the fire. It has forced the evacuation of 500 people so far, and 35 structures have been damaged or destroyed. High winds from Wednesday night's severe weather created more problems for firefighters trying to get the blaze under control. Members of the Chattanooga Fire Department and Tri-Community Fire Department left Thursday morning to assist crews in battling the blaze.
U.S. commuters may soon see prices at the pump start to drop. On Thursday, President Joe Biden announced the release of 1 million additional barrels of oil per day from the federal stockpile. That's the largest such deliverance in U.S. history, according to the White House. Officials also say this will help the country cope with supply issues throughout the rest of the year when domestic production is expected to increase. In addition to this unprecedented move, Biden is also calling on Congress to fine oil companies who haven't boosted production from leased wells on federal lands. A directive that calls for more domestic production of minerals used for electric vehicle batteries will also be issued.
If you're wondering when gas and grocery prices will come down, the answer is not anytime soon. In fact, some new government forecasts show you might even have to pay more for these commodities in the coming months. The USDA now predicts that grocery prices will increase up to 4% throughout this year, and the average cost of dining out could set a new record. That's partly because of Ukraine and Russia usually export most of the world's wheat and corn, and China's new COVID-19 lockdowns are making it hard for supply chains to recover from the pandemic. Oil prices dipped a bit this week after Russia said it would ease up on its assault on parts of Ukraine, but gas prices don't come down as quickly as the cost of oil. U.S. oil producers aren't increasing drilling much to help. CEOs say investor pressure is restraining growth, according to a Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas survey.
It's been a scary month for people around the country, with a record number of tornadoes touching down. Just in the month of March, there have been at least 214 tornadoes, the most on record since 1950. The Storm Prediction Center says the previous record for March was set just last year with 191 tornadoes. Usually, there are only about 80. Scientists say we're more seeing tornadoes earlier in the year because of the climate change and influences from La Nina. Rainey will have your latest on weather, including information about those recent winds, when we come back.
But first, let's take a look at Snowflake, your pet of the week.
Saudi Daisy. I'm here with your latest in weather. Looks like the weekend's going to be gorgeous. Today we've got sunny skies with your highs in the upper 50s. Our prom forecast is looking a little cloudy. Make sure you bring a light jacket because it could get a little chilly and windy. But so far the temperatures are going to be great. And on Sunday the clouds are going to clear out. It's going to be a clear sunny sky with your highs in the mid to upper 60s. Now here's Donovan for your latest in sports.
After the controversy surrounding the OT game against the Bills and the Chiefs, the NFL has announced that they are changing the rules for possession in OT. The whole issue was that teams who got the ball in overtime first scored a touchdown and would automatically win the game, not giving the other team a chance to score. With these changes, both teams will be given a chance at a possession starting next year. In baseball, the Trojans are still dominating as they beat Sequatchie County 11-0. Pitcher Bo Castlin had a tremendous performance as he pitched a no-hitter. The boys will take on Wright County to try and finish the week off perfect. The boys lacrosse team won in dominating fashion, forcing a running clock on the opponent's home field. They beat the Eagles 14-4. They look to ride the high morale of this rivalry in heading into the matchup against Page this Saturday at home. Girls lacrosse was unable to get it done against Signal, but put up a tough fight on the road, losing 5-3. They will look to rebound against Baylor at home on April 6th. Now, that's all for sports, and now to your Entertainment Minute.
We be getting these visions wherever we see you.
Fussy, you do Marthagram.
Hello, Saudi Daisy. I'm Bo Cordell with your Entertainment Minute. Riverbend Festival in Chattanooga is welcoming some changes, including their first ever host. Comedian and movie star Leslie Jordan will be introducing acts, telling stories, and interacting with the crowd at the 3-day music festival this June. The Chattanooga native says he's excited to return to the city for the first time since quarantine. This visit is already looking better, especially since I can actually order chicken on a stick in person. I can't wait to get to Chattanooga, and you better get your wristband so we can visit. Jordan is known for his portrayal of several characters in the American Horror Story franchise and his onstage performance in Sordid Lives. Riverbend takes place from June 3rd through 5th. Legendary actor Bruce Willis's family has announced he will be retiring from acting after being diagnosed with aphasia A disease that affects the brain's ability to communicate and understand speech. Willis is one of the most iconic action stars in film history, starring in classics such as The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, The Fifth Element, Pulp Fiction, and of course, his role as John McClane in Die Hard. As his family put it in their joint post on Wednesday, Bruce is stepping away from the career that has meant so much to him, and they wish to spend this time as a family to get through it together. This has been your Entertainment Minute. Now let's check in with Dylan on the new Volkswagen.
Thanks, Bo. Now, we did get kicked out of the new gym, but we have your latest on Volkswagen. Volkswagen has officially unveiled its newest electric vehicle, the ID Buzz. The spiritual successor to the VW Microbus, the ID Buzz is an all-electric van that will hit the market later this year. Although it's missing a few charming parts like the circular headlights of the old version, the Buzz comes with plenty of little Easter eggs. A winky face, a snowflake, a bottle cap, plus little silhouettes of the van are hidden throughout. The Bus is one of the first electric vans marketed specifically to families as Volkswagen attempts to position itself as a premier green energy automaker. For SDH News, I'm Dylan Redden. Now back to the studio.
Are you planning on getting an electric vehicle, Jackson?
Maybe. Depends on if it's silent enough to keep the cops from hearing me when I speed down 27.
I can't argue with that, I guess. But anyway, that's our SDHS News today. I'm Aaron Jared.
And I'm Jackson Roddy.
And we will see you next week.